Hey, what's up, brothers? I wanted to make a video today. I did a video on TikTok last night, and it's doing pretty well, but I thought I'd make a longer video for the YouTube channel and the 3% Man Facebook group. But yesterday, I went out running, and I get back home and I see my neighbor across the street, and he's out working on his lawn, and I've never met this guy. You know, I've lived in my house, you know, for a few months now, and I've never actually went over there and introduced myself. But he was out there, and so, you know, I decided, oh, hey, baby. It's my puppy. Her name is Sadie, by the way. Anyway, went over there, introduced myself, and, you know, started talking with him. And it turns out, you know, he's an older guy, and he lives alone. He's single. And, you know, he's been divorced for a few years, and he's got this little dog that's just a little yapper dog. And it turns out that's his ex-wife's dog. And I was like, oh, okay. And the story doesn't end there. So he's like, you know how, like, you know, old people are, they, and they're lonely, they like people to visit them. So he's like, hey, you know, I do a lot of woodwork. You want to come see my wood shop? I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds cool. So I went in. He starts showing me his wood shop, and he's like, oh, yeah, I made this furniture for my ex-wife. I'm like, that's weird. And then he's like, yeah, let me show you some other stuff that I'm working on. I'm like, okay. So he takes me into his house, and he's like, yeah, this room back here, I'm using it as a paint room. And he's like, yeah, I'm painting this furniture for my ex-wife. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he's like, oh, yeah, I built this for my ex-wife. And I was like, what the fuck? He's doing all this shit for his ex-wife. And, you know, finally, like, when I was on my way out, I was like, so, sounds like you and your ex-wife have a pretty good relationship still? And he's like, oh, yeah, we're best friends. Yeah, and I was like, oh, but she didn't want her dog? And he's like, oh, no. She leaves the dog at my house when she goes to work and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And so, I mean, it's just really sad to see. This guy is clearly suffering from nice guy syndrome. And I recommend everybody read No More Mr. Nice Guy at least once by Dr. Robert Glover, because that kind of shit is not cool. He's doing all this stuff for her, building her furniture, watching her dog, painting her shit, fixing shit for her. And I guarantee she gets all that benefit, and he's not getting jack shit out of any of it. And the moment she finds her next long-term guy, this guy's going to be out in the fucking cold. You know? And he's going to be sitting there wondering, what the fuck happened? Why doesn't she, like, hang out with me anymore? Because she got what she needed out of you, man. She got that validation. She got all these fucking free chores and shit out of you. You know, like, that kind of stuff's bullshit. You need to have really good boundaries with people. I mean, like in the book, Corey says that, you know, if things aren't working out, you know, for some reason the relationship can't continue. Like, you know, you can have an amicable relationship with your ex. You know, I have amicable relationships with most of my exes. You know, but I wouldn't say they're friends, and I sure as hell am not going out doing a bunch of fucking chores and shit for them. You know, there's no benefit to me. They get all the benefit, I get jack shit. So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. It's really sad. When I posted on TikTok, you know, one of the guys is like, man, you should help him out. You should let him know. And I'm like, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You know, I could go bring him that book and be like, you know, she's using you, but, you know, he's got to really want to change. He's got to really sort of wake up and realize what the fuck's happening. And at his age, I don't know if there's any hope. But let me know what you guys think.